Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my channel USA Old Coins. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of old United States coins. From the shiny Lincoln pennies to rare Jefferson nickels and historic Washington quarters, each coin tells a story about America's past. These coins aren't just currency, they're tiny pieces of history, carrying the art, culture, and milestones of their era. Whether you're a collector, history enthusiast, or just curious about the value hidden in your pocket change, you're in for an exciting journey. Let's explore the stories behind these iconic coins and uncover the treasures that lie in plain sight. Top 1. The story of the 1965 Washington quarter begins in a time of transition, a moment in American coinage when everything was about to change forever, and today, we're going to take you right into that moment. 2. Imagine holding a quarter that doesn't just shine with metal, but with history. This is what makes the 1965 Washington quarter a treasure for collectors across the world. 3. In 1965, the United States Mint made a bold decision that would reshape American coins and confuse collectors for decades to come. 4. Before this year, quarters were made of 90% silver, and the rising price of silver pushed the mint to replace the metal with something more practical. 5. That replacement came in the form of clad composition, a durable sandwich of copper and nickel that still makes up the quarters in your pocket today. 6. Because of this major shift, 1965 became one of the most important dates in all of U.S. quarter history, marking the beginning of a brand new era. 7. But with big changes come big mysteries, and the 1965 quarter carries many stories that collectors still talk about to this day. 8. One of those stories revolves around the rare high-quality strikes that came from experimental processes at the mint during this transition. 9. The mint was under enormous pressure at the time, working around the clock to produce enough new quarters for the entire nation. 10. This pressure created unusual conditions. Some coins were struck stronger, some weaker, and a few with characteristics that make them extremely valuable today. 11. Among these coins are the sharply detailed 1965 quarters that stand out instantly when compared to regular circulation pieces. 12. The shine, the rim, the crispness of Washington's portrait, all these details can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. 13. And collectors know that the right combination of condition, rarity, and error can transform a simple quarter into a life-changing discovery. 14. Some 1965 quarters even show signs of experimental planchets, adding more mystery to an already fascinating year. 15. Imagine opening an old drawer, lifting a forgotten jar of coins, and seeing a 1965 quarter that looks somehow different, somehow special. 16. That single moment could set your heart racing, because collectors all over the world still search for that one exceptional 1965 specimen. 17. The quarter's historical significance comes from its place at the crossroads of silver and modern coinage. 18. It stands as the bridge between the past and the future, one foot in the Silver Age, the other in the era of clad coins. 19. Because of this, the best examples of the 1965 Washington quarter are not just coins, they are time capsules of America's economic history. 20. Over the years, collectors have uncovered extremely high-grade 1965 quarters that survived with flawless surfaces. 21. These rare survivors are the exact coins that auction houses chase, the coins that bring the highest bids. 22. And when such a coin appears, the excitement is immediate, collectors know they are looking at something truly special. 23. The thrill of this coin comes not only from its value but from the unexpected surprise of finding one. 24. Every single person watching this video could have a 1965 quarter sitting somewhere without even realizing its potential. 25. That possibility makes coin hunting more exciting than ever, especially with a year as iconic as 1965. 26. So whenever you look at your change, remember that this humble quarter may carry more value and history than you could imagine. 27. And if you happen to own a particularly bright, sharp, and well-preserved 1965 quarter, you might be holding a hidden treasure. 28. Before we reveal today's coin value, Make sure you comment below and tell us about your own coins so our channel can guide you and help identify them. 29. The value of a top quality, extremely rare 1965 Washington quarter has been recorded at an astonishing $175,000. 30. So keep searching, keep collecting, like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment your coin details below, and let the treasure hunt continue. Top 2. The story of the 1966 Washington quarter begins in an era when American coinage was undergoing huge transformation, and this simple-looking coin became part of a major turning point in U.S. history. 2. When you pick up a 1966 quarter today, you're not just holding pocket change, you're holding a piece of the struggle, pressure, and innovation that shaped modern American money. 3. The United States Mint was in a race during the mid-1960s, rushing to produce enough new coins for a nation facing a massive coin shortage. 4. Silver coins had recently disappeared from circulation because people were hoarding them, especially after the government ended silver content in 1964 quarters. 5. That meant the 1966 quarter, like the 1965 issue, was part of the first generation of clad copper nickel coins ever produced. 6. And because the mint was experimenting and working under non-stop pressure, unusual varieties and high-quality strikes appeared more often than people realized. 7. Some 1966 quarters show stunning details, crisp rims, sharp lines, and bright luster that make collectors stop and take notice instantly. 8. Others were struck using different striking pressures, creating coins that stand out powerfully from the average worn examples found in pocket change. 9. The Mint did not release any proof sets that year, which makes high-grade circulation strikes even more valuable and more mysterious. 10. Collectors often wonder how a few of these coins survived in such exceptional condition despite being released into normal circulation. 11. That mystery adds charm to the 1966 quarter, turning it from an everyday object into a treasure waiting to be discovered in someone's old coin jar. 12. The absence of official proof coins in 1966 also sparked interest among advanced collectors searching for unusually bold strikes that resemble proof-like surfaces. 13. These rare high-quality pieces, when found, possess a brilliant shine that sets them apart from typical coins of the decade. 14. Many collectors today continue their hunt, hoping to spot a 1966 quarter that looks somehow different, cleaner, brighter, sharper, and full of life. 15. Imagine flipping through a handful of coins and suddenly seeing a 1966 quarter whose details sparkle back at you like a spotlight. 16. That moment alone is enough to make a collector's heart race, especially with the stories of valuable high-grade examples found unexpectedly. 17. The 1966 quarter also represents a moment of American determination, as the Mint worked tirelessly to stabilize circulation and meet national demand. 18. Every 1966 quarter today acts as a small reminder of that economic challenge and how the nation pushed forward into a new era of coin production. 19. And because of that unique background, top condition 1966 quarters are far more than monetary tokens, they are historical gems. 20. Over the decades, some extraordinarily preserved 1966 quarters have surfaced with eye-catching beauty, making experts take a second look. 21. These exceptional coins often originate from old collections, forgotten rolls, or untouched stashes kept safely for decades. 22. When a near-perfect 1966 quarter appears at auction, collectors know they're witnessing something rare and highly desirable. 23. The bidding becomes intense, driven by the hunger to own one of the best-preserved survivors from a year of unusual minting conditions. 24. And that excitement spreads across the coin world, reminding collectors everywhere that true treasures can still be found in unexpected places. 25. Anyone watching this video might unknowingly have a valuable 1966 quarter hiding at home, waiting to be rediscovered. 26. That is why coin hunting never gets old. Every old drawer, every dusty box, and every coin jar could be holding something incredible. 27. The 1966 Washington quarter is a perfect example of a coin whose true value lies not only in its metal, but in its story, survival, and rarity. 28. So before we reveal its value, make sure to comment below and share details of your own coins so our channel can help you identify them. 29. A top-grade, beautifully preserved 1966 Washington quarter has reached an amazing value of $172,000. 30. So keep searching your change, stay curious, like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment your coin details below, and continue the journey with us as we explore more hidden treasures. Top 3. The story of the 1971 Washington quarter begins in a decade filled with change, energy, and a rapidly evolving American economy, making this simple coin far more interesting than most people ever imagine. 2. When you hold a 1971 quarter in your hand, you're holding a small piece of a year that marked new beginnings in technology, culture, and minting practices across the United States. 3. Although it looks like a regular clad quarter, the 1971 issue has several mysteries and surprising rarities that have fascinated collectors for years. 4. By 1971, all quarters were firmly established in the copper-nickel-clad era, but the mint was still perfecting its production techniques. 5. This process created unexpected variations in strike quality, and some 1971 quarters were struck with unusual sharpness that makes them stand out immediately. 6. These sharper examples feature bolder lines, clearer edges, and beautiful detail in Washington's portrait that collectors instantly notice. 7. The mint was under tremendous pressure to produce large quantities of coins to meet national demand, and this led to interesting differences from batch to batch. 8. As a result, some 1971 quarters display incredible luster, while others show deeper, stronger strikes that are extremely appealing to collectors. 9. Every year, new collectors join the hunt for these rare high-grade examples, hoping to find the one coin that survived decades without a single scratch. 10. The beauty of the 1971 quarter is that most were heavily circulated, making preserved examples incredibly rare and extremely desirable. 11. The difficulty of finding a flawless 1971 quarter has turned it into one of those hidden treasure coins that collectors talk about with excitement. 12. And it's not just condition that adds mystery, some examples show unusual planchet characteristics and striking variations. 13. These variations can make the coin appear brighter, more mirrored, or unusually bold, giving it a special charm compared to ordinary circulation pieces. 14. Imagine sorting through a jar of old coins and suddenly noticing a 1971 quarter that seems different, cleaner, sharper, almost glowing. 15. That moment is the dream of every coin collector, and it's exactly why this year's quarter remains such a thrilling discovery when found in top condition. 16. The 1971 quarter also represents the continuous evolution of American coinage as the mint worked to improve the durability and clarity of clad coins. 17. Each surviving high-quality coin from 1971 is a reminder of those improvements, showing what the mint was capable of during a transitional decade. 18. Over time, collectors have uncovered incredibly well-preserved examples that seem untouched by circulation. 19. These special coins often come from old mint-sealed bags, forgotten rolls, or personal collections stored away for decades. 20. When one of these top-grade coins reaches an auction house, it becomes an instant highlight that draws attention from experts nationwide. 21. The bidding becomes competitive, with each collector wanting the honor of owning one of the finest examples of this challenging year. 22. A 1971 quarter in exceptional condition represents not just rarity but survival, because so few escaped the wear and tear of everyday use. 23. And the charm of this coin is that anyone watching this video could unknowingly have one hidden somewhere among their old spare change. 24. That possibility is what makes coin hunting so exciting, turning small discoveries into huge moments. 25. The 1971 Washington quarter carries the spirit of the early 1970s, a time when American life and style were changing fast, and the minting world was adapting with it. 26. And when you find a coin from this year that shines with near-perfect preservation, you're looking at something truly remarkable. 27. its value grows not only from rarity but also from the journey it survived to remain in such stunning shape after more than 50 years. 28. Before revealing the value, make sure to comment below and tell us about your own coins so our channel can help you identify them. 29. A top-grade, exceptionally preserved 1971 Washington quarter has reached the unbelievable value of $157,000. 30. So keep checking your change, stay excited, like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment your coin details below, and join us again as we explore more hidden treasures in the world of coins. Top 4. The story of the 1973 Washington quarter begins in a time when America was stepping into a new rhythm, with technology growing, culture shifting, and coin collectors becoming more curious than ever. 2. When you look at a 1973 quarter, you may see an ordinary coin, but hidden behind that simple design is a tale of rarity, challenge, and unexpected value. 3. In 1973, the United States Mint was deep into the clad coin era, but perfecting the process was still a work in progress. 4. Each year brought new adjustments, new striking pressures, and slight improvements that made some coins stand out more sharply than others. 5. That's exactly what makes the 1973 quarter fascinating. A few survivors were struck so beautifully that they look almost untouched. 6. Coins from this year were meant for heavy circulation, meaning very few remained in mint-fresh condition, and that scarcity drives collectors wild. 7. The quarter's design remains classic, with George Washington's strong profile on the front and the proud eagle on the back holding its arrows. 8. But in 1973, something unique happened. The level of quality varied more than usual, creating coins with unusually strong strikes and bright surfaces. 9. These special pieces show clearer feathers on the eagle, sharper letters, and bold details that immediately catch the eye. 10. Most 1973 quarters you see today are worn and tired, but the rare high-quality examples shine like little mirrors from another time. 11. That contrast is what makes this year so exciting, because finding a flawless 1973 quarter is like discovering a hidden gem in a sea of ordinary coins. 12. Coin collectors often talk about how tough it is to locate a 1973 quarter in truly exceptional condition. 13. Years of circulation, pockets, jars, and cash registers left most of these coins scratched, nicked, and faded. 14. So when one pristine example appears, it becomes a moment of excitement for collectors everywhere. 15. Imagine going through an old roll of quarters and suddenly spotting a 1973 piece that looks sharper and brighter than all the others. 16. That small moment can spark huge excitement, because a single top-grade coin can change everything for a collector. 17. The 1973 quarter also represents the continued evolution of minting technology during the 1970s. 18. Each year, the mint worked to make coins stronger and clearer, but not all batches were consistent. 19. This inconsistency led to small variations that collectors love to study, from subtle differences in luster to unusual levels of detail. 20. Over time, the best examples of the 1973 quarter became more and more desirable as collectors realized how few survived in pristine shape. 21. Some of these elite coins came from sealed bags, untouched rolls, or forgotten collections packed away for decades. 22. And when such a coin enters an auction, it instantly becomes the center of attention. 23. Collectors compete fiercely, knowing they may never again see a 1973 quarter in that level of perfection. 24. That competition pushes the value higher and higher, proving that even modern-era coins can reach extraordinary prices. 25. And the beauty of it all is that anyone watching this video might unknowingly have one hiding at home. 26. That possibility is what keeps the world of coin collecting exciting, because treasures often hide in plain sight. 27. The 1973 Washington quarter is a reminder that rarity is not always about age, but about survival and condition. 28. Before we reveal its value, remember to comment below and tell us about your own coins so our channel can help you identify them. 29. A top-grade, exceptionally preserved 1973 Washington quarter has sold for an amazing $141,000. 30. So keep searching your change, stay curious, like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment your coin details below, and join us again for more stories of hidden treasures in everyday coins. Top 5. The story of the 1979 Washington quarter begins in a year full of new ideas, shifting technology, and a mint working tirelessly to improve the clarity and durability of America's circulating coins. When you look at a 1979 quarter, it may seem like a normal coin at first glance, but behind its simple shine is a world of history, rarity, and hidden value that collectors love to explore. Why 1979? The United States Mint had spent more than a decade working with copper nickel-clad coinage, yet perfecting the process was still ongoing. Because of these adjustments, some batches of 1979 quarters were struck with more force, producing coins with stronger details and brighter surfaces that stand out immediately. These well-struck pieces show crisp features in Washington's portrait, with deeper definition in his hair and sharper edges around the rim. Collectors especially love the coins from this year that display powerful luster, reflecting light with a clean brilliance rarely seen on circulated examples. Most 1979 quarters today are worn down by decades of pockets, jars, and cash registers, making high-grade survivors truly special. This contrast between ordinary wear and exceptional preservation makes the best examples incredibly desirable among collectors. The 1979 quarter also carries interesting minting variations, including differences in strike sharpness that give some coins a unique and eye-catching appearance. These variations transform what looks like a regular quarter into something that collectors instantly recognize as uncommon. Imagine flipping through a handful of loose change and suddenly seeing a 1979 quarter that shines more brightly, with details that look almost untouched. That moment of discovery is what keeps collectors searching, because the right 1979 quarter can be worth far more than anyone expects. The design itself remains iconic, with George Washington's familiar profile on the front and the powerful eagle boldly displayed on the back, but it's the condition of the coin that tells the real story, revealing whether it survived the decades untouched or endured heavy circulation. Some of the most impressive examples have surfaced from old rolls and forgotten collections that protected the coins like tiny time capsules. These pristine survivors look almost as if they were minted yesterday, even though they were created more than 40 years ago. Whenever a top-quality 1979 quarter appears, it immediately becomes an item of interest for collectors everywhere. Auction houses take notice, knowing that finding such a well-preserved example from this year is surprisingly difficult. Bidding quickly becomes competitive as collectors chase the opportunity to own one of the finest examples of the 1979 issue. The excitement grows with each bid, fueled by the understanding that another coin in this condition may not appear again for years. This rarity makes the 1979 quarter one of the hidden treasures of modern American coinage. Anyone watching this video might have a valuable one sitting unnoticed in a drawer, a box, or an old jar of spare change. That possibility makes coin collecting thrilling, because true treasures often hide in the simplest places. The beauty of the 1979 quarter is not just in its metal, but in its unexpected potential and the story it carries from the late 1970s. Collectors know that finding a flawless example from this year is a rare achievement, and the value reflects that rarity. Each well-preserved coin represents survival, history, and the unpredictable magic of collecting. Before revealing today's value, remember to comment below and tell us about your own coins so our channel can help identify them for you. A rare, exceptionally preserved 1979 Washington quarter has sold for an impressive $112,000. So keep checking your change, stay curious, like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment your coin details below, and continue exploring the hidden treasures in everyday coins with us. Top 6. The journey of the 1982 Washington quarter begins in a year when America was experiencing change, innovation, and one of the most interesting periods in modern coin history. At first glance, the 1982 quarter looks like any ordinary coin, but behind its simple appearance lies a story of scarcity, challenge, and rare value that surprises many collectors. In 1982, The United States Mint made a major decision that would affect collectors for generations. They stopped producing mint sets for the year. This meant that no specially preserved uncirculated sets were made, leaving collectors with only regular circulation coins to hunt for high-quality examples. Because of this, finding a pristine 1982 quarter became incredibly difficult, and that difficulty is exactly what makes the best examples so valuable today. Most 1982 quarters entered circulation immediately, exposed to years of wear, scratches, and heavy use in everyday transactions. Collectors often search for a 1982 quarter with strong details, bright surfaces, and minimal marks, but such coins are truly rare. The lack of mint sets meant that no perfectly protected examples were intentionally saved by the mint, making the surviving high-grade coins extremely desirable. This gives the 1982 quarter an almost mysterious appeal, as collectors wonder how the few flawless coins managed to escape decades of circulation. Some 1982 quarters display powerful luster, with surfaces that shine in a way most modern coins from the early 80s do not. These exceptional pieces show sharper details in Washington's hair, a clearer eagle, and a bold rim that makes the coin stand out immediately. Finding one of these high-quality examples feels like discovering a hidden treasure that somehow remained untouched through time. Collectors love to talk about how tough the 1982 quarter is to find in mint-state condition, and that challenge only increases its charm. Imagine sorting through an old jar of change and noticing a 1982 quarter that just looks different, cleaner, brighter, and almost new. That single moment can turn into excitement, because rare high-grade examples are out there, waiting to be discovered by someone who takes a closer look. The 1982 quarter represents a turning point in American coin production, showing what happens when collectors lose a year of preserved mint sets. These missing sets created scarcity that still affects the coin market today, making 1982 one of the most interesting modern dates. Over the years, collectors have stumbled upon remarkable 1982 quarters stored unknowingly in old rolls or bags for decades. These coins, preserved by accident, now shine as some of the finest known examples from the year. Auction houses take notice the moment one appears, knowing that serious collectors will compete aggressively for the best specimens. The bidding becomes intense, and everyone watching feels the excitement of seeing a simple quarter rise to incredible value because of its rarity. This is what makes coin collecting magical. Ordinary objects can become extraordinary treasures based on condition and survival. Anyone watching this video could have a valuable 1982 quarter sitting in a box, a drawer, or an old collection without ever knowing it. That possibility keeps the hunt alive and inspires collectors to look closely at every coin they find. The 1982 Washington quarter is proof that even coins from the 1980s can carry surprising importance and unexpected value. Before we reveal today's value, remember to comment below and tell us about your own coins so our channel can help identify them. A rare, top-quality, beautifully preserved 1982 Washington quarter has sold for an incredible $104,000. So keep searching your change, stay curious, like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment your coin details below, and continue exploring the hidden treasures waiting in your everyday coins. Top 7. The story of the 1986 Washington quarter begins in a year filled with progress, new ideas, and a mint that was constantly improving the way American coins were made. At first glance, the 1986 quarter may look like a simple piece of metal, but hidden beneath its familiar design is a world of rarity, survival, and surprising value. By 1986, the United States Mint had settled firmly into the copper, nickel-clad era, yet every year still brought subtle differences in quality and striking strength. These differences created a small number of 1,986 quarters that stand out sharply from the rest, displaying stronger details and brighter luster. Collectors often admire the 1986 issue for its clean style, but the real excitement comes from the rare examples that survived in nearly perfect condition. Most coins from this year were heavily circulated, passing through hands, machines, pockets, and registers for decades, leaving very few untouched. Because of this, high-grade 1986 quarters are far harder to find than people think, making them extremely desirable among collectors. Some examples show a powerful shine, reflecting light with a mirror-like brilliance that signals exceptional preservation. These beautifully struck pieces reveal crisp details in Washington's hair and a sharpness on the eagle that instantly catches the eye. Finding one feels like discovering a time capsule, a tiny piece of the 1980s preserved exactly as it left the mint. Collectors love this year because the best coins seem to appear unexpectedly, from old rolls, forgotten stashes, or long-stored collections. Each high-grade 1986 quarter becomes a treasure, surprising even experienced collectors with its clarity and condition. Imagine looking through a handful of coins and suddenly noticing one quarter that seems unusually bright and sharp. That moment of surprise is what makes coin hunting exciting, especially for modern dates like 1986 that people rarely think to check. The 1986 quarter also represents an era when the mint was working to strengthen consistency in coin production across all mints. Even so, striking variations still occurred, giving some coins deeper detail and stronger rims than ordinary pieces in circulation. These variations help collectors identify the very best examples, and those standout coins command impressive attention at auctions. Every now and then, a nearly flawless 1986 quarter appears, sending collectors into excitement because of its unexpected rarity. Auction houses know the value of such coins, and they often become highlights of modern-era sales. Bidding becomes competitive, driven by collectors who understand just how difficult it is to find a 1986 quarter in superb condition. The surge of interest reminds everyone that even common-looking coins can become extraordinary when preserved perfectly. This is why anyone watching this video could unknowingly own a valuable 1986 quarter without realizing it. A coin saved in a drawer, a jar, or an old envelope might actually be one of the rare survivors worth far more than face value. The thrill of discovering one is what makes coin collecting magical. Simple change turns into treasure when condition and rarity come together. The 1986 Washington quarter proves that modern coins can still hold remarkable surprises, especially when found in exceptional shape. Before revealing today's value, remember to comment below and share your coin details so our channel can help you identify them. A rare, top-grade, beautifully preserved 1986 Washington quarter has reached the outstanding value of $101,000. So keep checking your pockets, stay curious, like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment your coin details below, and continue exploring the fascinating world of hidden treasures in everyday coins. Top 8. The journey of the 1988 Washington quarter begins in a year when America was preparing to enter a new decade, full of technological advancements and modern changes that also influenced the minting world. At first glance, the 1988 quarter may seem like just another piece of change, but hidden inside its simple appearance is a fascinating story of rarity and unexpected value. By the late 1980s, the United States Mint was producing millions of coins each year, yet only a small number were struck. With the exceptional quality that collectors dream of finding, these rare, sharply struck 1988 quarters have a brightness and clarity that stand out immediately, making them treasures in the world of modern coinage. Collectors often admire the coins from this year for their clean details, but it's the handful of nearly flawless survivors that truly capture attention. Most 1988 quarters spent decades in circulation, gathering scratches, rim dings, and where that erased their original beauty. Because of this heavy use, finding a perfectly preserved example is far more difficult than many people believe. A small number of 1988 quarters display intense luster, reflecting light in a brilliant way that signals rare survival in pristine condition. These top-grade pieces reveal crisp lines in Washington's portrait and bold features on the eagle, showing what the mint was capable of when striking conditions were perfect. Seeing one of these coins feels like stepping back in time to the exact moment it came off the press, untouched and preserved. Collectors love when these rare examples appear unexpectedly from old rolls or forgotten collections saved unknowingly by someone decades earlier. Each discovery of a pristine 1988 quarter adds excitement to the modern coin market and reminds collectors that treasures still hide in everyday change. Imagine going through a handful of quarters and suddenly spotting one that looks fresh, sharp, and almost new, despite its age. That small moment of surprise can turn into curiosity, and then excitement, especially when the coin turns out to be a high-grade survivor. The 1988 quarter represents an interesting chapter in the mint's constant effort to improve consistency in clad coin production. Even with modern equipment, subtle variations occurred, creating slight differences in detail, depth, and luster that collectors study carefully. These subtle differences help experts identify the finest examples, and those coins often end up becoming highly sought-after pieces at auctions. Occasionally, an exceptionally preserved 1988 quarter appears, capturing the attention of collectors around the country. Auction houses waste no time showcasing these rare finds, knowing their rarity makes them standout stars among modern coins. When bidding begins, excitement fills the room as collectors compete fiercely to own one of the finest examples known. The rising bids reflect not only rarity, but also admiration for a coin that survived decades without a scratch. This is what makes collecting modern quarters exciting, because even a seemingly common coin can become a valuable treasure. Anyone watching this video might have a 1988 quarter sitting unnoticed in a drawer, a box, or an old jar of coins. That possibility adds thrill to coin hunting, reminding collectors that extraordinary finds can appear in the most ordinary places. The 1988 Washington quarter is proof that modern coins still hold surprising stories of value, rarity, and hidden potential. Before revealing its value, remember to comment below and share details about your own coins so our channel can help identify them. A rare, top-grade, beautifully preserved 1988 Washington quarter has sold for an impressive $96,000. So keep checking your change, stay curious, like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment your coin details below, and continue exploring the hidden treasures waiting in the world of everyday coins. Top 9. The story of the 1991 Washington quarter begins in a year when America was stepping firmly into the modern age, yet still holding on to the traditions of classic coin design. This coin, though widely circulated, carries a quiet charm that often goes unnoticed until someone looks at it closely. When collectors examine a 1991 quarter, they quickly realize that not all coins from this year are created equal. Most of these quarters traveled through countless hands, rode in pockets, and passed across store counters until every sign of their mint luster faded away, but a very small number escaped that fate and survived untouched, becoming rare treasures in the world of modern American coinage. These untouched survivors shine with a brilliance that's impossible to ignore, as if they were freshly struck only moments ago. The details in Washington's portrait appear sharp, bold, and full of life when viewed on a high-grade example. Even the fine lines in his hair and the crisp lettering around the rim remain perfectly preserved on the rarest pieces. Collectors love searching for these gems because they prove that even modern coins can carry extraordinary beauty. Stunning 1991 quarter can leave a collector speechless, especially when its surfaces show mirror-like reflections that hint at nearly perfect preservation. Such pristine pieces are far more uncommon than many people realize, because the early 1990s were years of heavy coin use across the country. Very few examples were pulled from circulation early, and even fewer were stored in conditions that protected them for decades. That is what makes discovering a top-grade 1991 quarter such an incredible moment for collectors. Finding one can feel like stumbling upon a forgotten artifact from a different time, perfectly preserved as though waiting for the right person to find it. Every now and then, a magnificent example appears in old rolls, jars, drawers, or inherited collections. These unexpected discoveries fuel the excitement of coin hunting and inspire collectors to keep searching. The 1991 quarter also reflects the United States Mint's continued efforts to refine its striking quality in the late 20th century. Some coins received exceptionally detailed strikes, while others came out with softer features, making the sharpest examples much more desirable. When one of these sharply struck coins is paired with outstanding luster, it becomes a powerful combination that collectors pursue passionately. Auction houses pay close attention whenever a top-tier 1991 quarter appears, knowing that bidding enthusiasm will follow. When the bidding begins, collectors compete intensely, recognizing how difficult it is to find this coin in nearly flawless condition. Each rise in bid tells the story of rarity, demand, and admiration for a coin that managed to survive in extraordinary shape. This is why the 1991 quarter continues to capture the imagination of collectors and treasure hunters even today. Anyone watching this video might have one hidden somewhere without realizing its true potential. That possibility is what makes coin collecting so exciting, because history, rarity, and value can hide in plain sight before revealing the value of the finest known example. Remember to comment below and tell us about your own coins so our channel can help you learn more about them. A flawless, exceptionally preserved 1991 Washington quarter has reached a value of $87,000, and you should like this video. Subscribe to the channel and comment your coin details below so we can help you discover the hidden stories in your own collection. Top 10. The story of the 1997 Washington quarter begins in a year when the United States was embracing both technological growth and a renewed interest in coin collecting. At first glance, a 1997 quarter might seem like a coin you pass by every day, but for collectors, it holds a quiet intrigue and hidden potential. Most 1997 quarters entered circulation immediately, passing through countless pockets, registers, and coin jars, making untouched examples rare, yet a small number of these quarters survived. In almost pristine condition, preserving the beauty of their original mint strike, collectors are drawn to these survivors because they show what the United States Mint was capable of during the late 1990s. High-grade coins display strong, crisp details in Washington's portrait and bold lettering around the edge. Even the fine lines in his hair and the feathers on the eagle stand out sharply on the rarest specimens. A coin like this carries the story of nearly 3 decades of history, having witnessed countless hands and yet retaining its original charm. The shine of a top-quality 1997 quarter can catch the eye immediately, reflecting light in a way that ordinary circulated coins never do. Collectors often describe these exceptional coins as mirror-like, with surfaces that seem untouched by time. It is this rarity that makes the 1997 quarter highly desirable, even though it is a relatively modern coin. Many high-grade examples were discovered in old rolls, forgotten jars, or personal collections carefully stored by someone decades ago. These hidden gems remind collectors that sometimes, the most ordinary coins can carry extraordinary value. Imagine sifting through a handful of loose change and spotting one quarter that shines brighter and looks sharper than the rest. That moment is what makes coin collecting exciting, the thrill of discovering a coin that survived against all odds. The 1997 quarter also reflects subtle variations in strike quality from batch to batch at the mint, which adds to the collector's fascination. Some coins received slightly stronger strikes, giving them enhanced details that make them stand out among others from the same year. When a coin combines exceptional strike with brilliant luster, it becomes a prized addition to any collection. Auction houses take notice immediately when a top-grade 1997 quarter appears. As collectors compete fiercely for the best examples, bidding often climbs quickly, reflecting the rarity, desirability, and historical interest of these modern-era coins. Each successful sale reminds collectors that even coins from the late 20th century can achieve remarkable values if preserved properly. Anyone watching this video could have one of these rare coins hiding in a drawer, an old coin box, or a jar of spare change. That potential discovery is part of what keeps coin collecting exciting and continually surprising. The 1997 Washington quarter is a perfect example of a coin whose rarity and preservation elevate its value beyond what most people expect. Collectors know that finding an untouched example is like finding a miniature time capsule from the late 1990s. It is not just a coin, but a piece of history, a survivor, and a testament to careful preservation. Before revealing the value, comment below and share details about your own coins so our channel can help identify them. A rare, top-grade, exceptionally preserved 1997 Washington quarter has sold for an impressive $67,000. And remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment your coin details below so we can help you uncover the hidden stories in your own collection.